It is Black Friday. We're around like 6:30 in the morning, almost 7 a.m. Um yeah. Um I'm just sitting in my car. I don't work until 9 a.m. I told my boss, she knows I was here extra early, and it sounds she just didn't really want me punching in extra early, but I told her if she needed me, I'm earlier than scheduled. I'm here. So, like I said, at least I offered, I'm not gonna go run off to any store that I have to drive my vehicle to right now, due to a sure as the day's long. If I leave my parking spot, someone else would take it. So, we're gonna sit here. So, like at 7, I'll probably quickly get out of my car and run all the way to Target and get some pads so I have some on me. Maybe some soda for my work breaks next week. But then, like I said, I do not think Menards is really gonna need me here until 6 p.m. I think they'll be sending me home earlier than that, because they've got the high school boys who are gonna close. So, when it sounds already out of carts. So, like I said, pretty much I'm just camping it out in my car until I have to start work. But, like I said, at this time, I believe last year, that's when the bullying really was happening with the customers. And like I said, I still wouldn't mind if I had to, cashier. Like I said, I do have cashier numbers. I just don't know why, like I said, I haven't been on the register. But as y'all know, like I said, I had a lot of customers, even though I was following Menards rules, which they want us to scan each item individually, and that is for inventory purposes. We can't go scan one item and say item quantity, because they say, oh, you don't know for sure if that's the same item. So, yeah, and how many customers would yell at me wanting me to go against Menards rules and saying, oh, can't you hit item number? This is the same item. Well, why can't you do this? And I'm like, I have to follow Menards rules. Otherwise, they'll write me up. They'll give me coaching. And, yeah. And then I've had customers yell at me about asking if they're going to use a Menards card. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it is required by Menards, and it is a rule. I have to ask if you're going to use a Menards card today. customers would snap at me saying, "Oh, no, we're not. Don't ever ask me that again." Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got pretty, like I said, mean, but they don't understand the rules that I have to follow. You know, I wish we weren't required, but, you know, what can I do? I mean, if I wasn't required, then, you know, how much of that would you take advantage of, you know? So, but, you know, a lot of people don't realize this either. You know, that even like with at Menards today, it's like, you know, we do have rules that we have to follow, otherwise they do write us up over it. Because it's like, you know, if they write me up over it, I'm not gonna be taking it that well. So, and some nights item ain't exactly that. And it's like, I'm sorry if they put the wrong tag on the wood or anything, the lumber, if they cut it down a little. And it's like, don't yell at me. I'm doing my job, is what I'd like to tell customers. But, like I said, you know, sometimes that happens and lumber don't go putting a whole different tag on there and putting on there that was cut down a little, you know, and ripping off the old tag. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't have taken them too long to put on there a whole different tag, I admit. But, you know, there's just some things it's hard to explain. You know, like for instance, you know, like how Walmart told me when I was a cart pusher. We're not allowed to actually stop when we're in back of vehicles with a load of carts, let alone in the middle of the road. The only time we could stop now is with a cart machine was when we were in parking spaces, 2 parking spaces, then we could park the machine, leave it there with our load of carts, and run inside and go do the carry out. But, the big thing Walmart said was don't run inside. If we had to bring in our load and put it away and or big cart, you know, ladder cart or whatever, and take it to the back and walk up to the front to do the carryout because we were told that the customer can wait 5 or 10 minutes for you up front. You know, it's not a big deal. Don't run where you could run into a customer or slip and fall. That's what assistant manager Elijah told me once. So, like I said, lately with the customers, yeah, I do like Walmart had told me before at Menards. Customers walk out the door after they ask for a carryout. And the annoying thing is, I don't know where they are in the parking lot, nor a lot of times what it was. And lately, the head cashier or cashier would say the wrong item, what the carryout was, and they look at me funny. Like the one day, for example, it was a laundry basket. The head cashier said carryout was for, and I'm like, well, that's real easy. No, it was not a laundry basket. It was for laundry, but it was something else. Totally different. But, and then another example. Head cashier says, carry out for cat food. I go there and it wasn't cat food, it was dog food. Yeah. And there was like for some other things like kitty litter. Well, it wasn't kitty litter, it was sand. So, like I said, and I think like that was lumber, I was told one time carryout was for. Nope, it was plywood. Totally different. So, it really tells you there are little mistakes.